What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a quick video today looking at the 2022 Wisconsin Badgers. Let's go. Looking at the Wisconsin Badgers for 2022, a team that has just fallen off in recent years. Are they bad? They're not terrible, but they haven't been great. Um, Wisconsin is hard to figure out now in so many different ways. The Badgers are a really good. They're a good football program, and Paul Chris is the head coach. He has done a good job, an outstanding job. Unfortunately, though, actually, it was a pretty good year. It was improvement from 2020 with the COVID year, but 6-3 in the Big Ten, won a bowl game, 9-4 overall. Let's look at what they did last year before we get into 2022, real quick. All right. So, looking at 2021, 9-4, they went 6-3 in the Big Ten overall. They lost their opener to Penn State. Then they go beat Eastern Michigan. Should have no problem with that one. They get a bye week. They lose to Notre Dame. They lost to Michigan, as did other teams that lost to the eventual Big Ten champions. At Illinois, they won. Army Black Knights, they won. At Purdue, they won. Iowa, they beat Iowa, believe it or not. That was the game for Iowa, which I mentioned in the Iowa preview, where that was one of the games where they just needed the offense and they finally met a team that had some that they needed to keep up with. But you win your homecoming game in Madison against Iowa. You beat Rutgers. You beat Northwestern. You beat Nebraska. And then you lose to Minnesota, but you win a bowl game against Arizona State. Overall, I don't think Wisconsin should hang their heads. They ended up winning a bowl game. They had 4 regular season losses, 9-4 win streak of 1. I got to give it to them. That's not a bad run there. But what about 2022? What could it hold this year? All right. You look at their schedule. Open up with Illinois State. Then you go play Washington State, or you play them at home. You don't really go anywhere. You play New Mexico State, at Ohio State, Illinois, at Northwestern, at Michigan. You play Purdue in your homecoming game. Then I think is perfect timing for a bye week because you get an interesting stretch here to close things out. Maryland, at Iowa, Nebraska, on the road in Lincoln, and then Minnesota. This is going to be a tough one to figure out. It was a really good defense last year. Probably not going to be as good as it was this year, right? So you got Daryl Peterson, CJ Goez on the defensive side of the ball and pass rush. There's a lot. Senior nose tackle Keanu Benton is really, really good. He comes back for a 5th year. He looks to improve his draft stock. He decided to not go pro. They added 3-year starter Caesar Williams and Fayen Hicks out of the transfer portal. They also got Justin Clark, Cedric Dort, and Jay Shaw on the defensive side of the ball. I would say this. They're going to be loaded defensively. I want to know what they're going to run on the offense, what Coach Chris has. I see a 3-0 start to the season before you take a loss to the Buckeyes. I think that's fair to say. Illinois is kind of a coin flip because Illinois can be a trap game for some teams like Wisconsin. They've given you some fits in recent years. Northwestern, Michigan State, I should say. You get Purdue in your homecoming game. It's like as the season goes on, I think so does the difficulty for the schedule. Except you get Ohio State right there um, at the end of September instead of like right there at the end of the season. But it's going to pick up once you hit Big Ten play for sure. 9-4 last year, 6-3 in the conference. I do see them hitting a bowl game. I do see them going above 500, quite a bit above 500 actually, more than 6 wins. I think the Ohio State game is definitely a loss. You got a lot. They got a lot of 3:30 games, 3:30 kickoffs. East Lansing's already got one. They don't have a TV network yet. I'm high on Michigan State. I think that's a loss. Northwestern, I think they're struggling. They went 4-8 or 3-9 last year. They're going to try to get back to it. I think you're a better team than Northwestern. You come off a good win against Illinois there. This will be interesting and fun to watch. I think Wisconsin's a team that everyone should keep their eye on throughout the season. Because you never know what you're going to get. Are you going to get a 10-win Wisconsin team like you had in maybe 2017, which did they get screwed out of the playoffs because of Alabama? It's a great possibility, but I'm glad Alabama got in, of course. Are you going to get a 10-win double-digit figure type of Wisconsin team? Are you getting below 500, right at 500? Could they go 6-6? Do they go a little bit higher than that? I see a similar situation to what they had last year, honestly. They went 8-4 last year. They have a similar schedule to what they had last year. They have some cupcakes, and then they got Big Ten play. I'm high on teams like Michigan State and Purdue, as I mentioned. Purdue's their homecoming game. I think they keep that game close. Gosh, this is going to be tough. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this up. I'm going to say 8-4, and I think they lose to Ohio State, Michigan State, Purdue, and then Iowa. Yes, Iowa. Iowa I'm high on, and I think is going to win the West. And Wisconsin being in that division, that's a tough division right now. I really think so. I think it starts with, and I think with a record like this, Wisconsin's likely to come in second or third place in the final standings when it's all said and done. I like Purdue as the West runner up, honestly, but we'll see. But I'm going to stick to an 8-4 season for the Wisconsin Badgers. Michigan State, you'll lose to Ohio State. There's a lot on here. I think you could beat you could beat Maryland. You could probably handle Minnesota too. Minnesota's taken some steps back. They have. So give me 8-4 for Wisconsin in 2022. And with that being said, we are almost done with the Big Ten team previews. Only one left, Minnesota. And I'll get that out for you guys ASAP before we move on to the ACC. So that's going to do it here. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media checking out. Love y'all. Peace.